They took her out of the Bible, not because she was evil, because she refused. She was the first woman ever created. She stood in front of God Himself and she said no. What happened next was erased for thousands of years, and the reason they erased her is the most revealing thing about power you will ever hear. Before Eve, there was Lilith. According to the oldest Hebrew texts, she was created the same day as Adam, from the same earth, at the same moment, not from his rib, not after him, equal. And that one detail changed everything. Adam wanted her beneath him. Lilith refused. She said they were made from the same earth, the same moment. She owed him nothing. Adam went to God. God sent 3 angels to bring her back. Her answer was the same, no. So she left. She walked out of paradise on her own terms. Not pushed out, not destroyed. She chose to leave, and for that, they called her a demon. Not because she hurt anyone, not because she destroyed anything, because she refused to be less. Here is what nobody asks about this story. What kind of system turns a woman who refuses to be dominated into a monster? She did not hurt anyone. She did not destroy anything. She simply said, I will not accept a position below you. And for that, they rewrote her out of existence. The alphabet of Ben Sira, written between 700 and 1000 AD. The only surviving text that tells her full story. She was removed from the Bible, replaced. The woman who said no became the woman who never existed. But she left traces everywhere, thousands of years of fear of a woman who simply refused to obey. Psychologists have a name for what happened to Lilith: character assassination. When you cannot control someone, you destroy their reputation instead. You do not fight their argument. You redefine who they are. She went from equal to rebel to demon to erased. Each step made her easier to dismiss. You have seen this pattern. The employee who questions the system gets called difficult. The woman who sets boundaries gets called cold. The person who refuses to shrink themselves gets called a problem. Lilith was the first, but she was not the last. The mechanism has not changed in 3,000 years. Here is the part every summary leaves out. Lilith did not fall. She left. There is a difference most people never consider. Falling means something was taken from you. Leaving means you chose. She chose the wilderness over a paradise built on submission. The most dangerous person in any system is not the one who attacks it. It is the one who simply walks away. The ancient rabbis understood something they could not say directly. Freedom is more threatening than rebellion. Think about the people in your life who are labeled difficult. The moment they stopped agreeing, the ones called selfish for choosing themselves, the ones called cold for having limits, the ones called dangerous for refusing to be small. What Lilith represents is not evil. It is the oldest fear. Power has evil, the fear of someone who does not need your permission. Every controlling relationship has a Lilith story inside it. Someone who was free, who was then told their freedom was a problem. The moment they accepted that definition, they stopped being free. The moment they refused it, they became a demon in someone else's story. The story of Lilith was suppressed because it asked a question no system of control wants you to ask. What if the person who refused to obey was not the problem? What if the problem was the system that needed her to? They erased her name. They rewrote her story. They turned her freedom into a warning. And for 3,000 years, it worked. But she is still here, in every person who refuses to accept a lesser version of themselves, in every boundary that makes someone uncomfortable, in every no that costs everything to say. That is Lilith. She never left. They just stopped writing her name. They erased her name. They rewrote her story. They turned her freedom into a warning. And for 3,000 years, it worked. But she is still here, in every person who refuses to accept a lesser version of themselves. If this story felt familiar, the comments are open. I read all of them. And the woman who built an entire religion and was never forgiven for it. That story is next. Do not miss it.